There wasn't supposed to be a final year because prior to your final year, you told me that you're going to have to leave school because you have to go and help your mother and you're
Yeah.
going to work hard. And when you go work hard, you can save money and you're going to go and study. Say, "Eh, that can work. This work hard thing and the salary paying and you don't have no qualification. So we work out something, right? So he was able to come back to school,
Yes, yes.
travel, eat, 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 and live good, and then things happen. The Lord helped us all along the way.
Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I tell you, man, um, I wouldn't change all of that experience. I mean, I had to walk from Santa Cruz to Gutters. I walked from
Wow.
Santa Cruz to Gutters when I was going through the whole process. Couldn't get a ride. I remember one particular shop. I had maybe a few dollars, and I remember stopping at the shop to buy a sweet. I think it's called sweet biscuit, the one with the cream in the middle.
Yeah,
And I
cream
walk
biscuit.
all the way. Yeah, and
But you
I
see, Ian, the thing is, it now his story is kind of stunning, right? But if you were to rank the stories of that ilk, he would rank about maybe number five because there were some real
You
desperate
know, you know,
cases.
Coach. I was gonna get to that, to ask you which one of the story at state stand out the most to you. You don't have to call name, but you know, which one stand out the most to you based on what you do. And you have to tell us
I
about you have to tell us about your bike too, because you used to ride a bike.
like like it's a movie you want to us.
Yes.
Listen to me now. If I were to, I could do a movie on the case that I can call the most stunning and unbelievable case of a male person who came into states with apparently, let us say, average skills in a few sports, and he was not good at any according to him. But we sent him to the cricket coach, sent him to the football coach, and he always checking me after everything done. The football coach say, the cricket coach say, Olivier, where get the boy? I say, what happened? He said, boy, him can't bat him, but nobody can out him. I say, what? I play him under 16. So he go make 63 not out. Okay. The next thing now, Donzel come and ask me the same question. When we get a boy there from? I said, what happened? He said, well, he had him put him behind the goal to pick up ball thing because I tell him, say, see what you could do. Next thing now, he come tell me, say, the boy, catching the ball better than the keeper. Right? And he end up as the goalkeeper. And he was so talented that he also played midfield, defense, and striker when this is necessary. But he started off trying the pole vault. Then the high jump, long jump too, and then he said, Coach, I could try that thing there. So which thing they say? The hurdle. I said, go on. But in those days, you used to hurdle over chairs. And he turned out to be one of, I would say, State's greatest product in terms of contribution and the struggle he went through because not 6 months, a couple of months, a year, and a year after he came, his mother died.
mm,
So a multiplicity of issues, but he's one of the most, I would say, appreciative athletes I've ever worked with. Leave it like that for now. He's smiling. Wherever he is, he's smiling right now
I smile right there. I
in the
know,
north, in the north of Carolina.
and I know who that is.
Yeah, man. So I
Thank
mean,
you, Coach.
it's really an honor for me to even reflect on some of these things because I mean, you might say I'm a good coach, but you people made me. If you suppose y'all never used to be committed and perform well, they would never hear about this coach. So I was just the conduit.
Yeah.
All right, Dennis. Coach, you're gonna let Dennis take it away. I know Dennis have a lot of question for you. Being a member of your athletic team and everything. It basically, even after school, I know you and Dennis connect. So Dennis, take it away.
Uh,
Wow.
okay, so I'm just going to back up a little bit. So you talk about you were the conduit. Why you have so you have some great athletes who were very disciplined and stuff like that. I know you had to work with a lot of us, but when you look back now, I don't know if you have done a count of how many people you have helped that got scholarship from
91. Go ahead.
So 91.
Yes, Stetson, its environs. Some people from outside of Stiffville,
Right. Mm. So one I think that we want to talk about here is that we know that mental preparation, right, is just as important as physical preparation, right? You have guided athletes, including myself, through the highly competitive ISA sports, right, champs. How do you prepare the athletes mentally and physically for that intense environment?
Well, first of all, as you already recall, any athlete who works with me, I sit and talk with. I talk with them first to find out a lot of things, the medical history, the family history, the everything, every little thing about them. So to me, every athlete is different. So I would some people don't have.
It's frozen.
Dennis, you can talk probably one of those story while coach try to get back on probably.
Okay.
So just to keep it going.
Yes. So a part of my story also involved, like I said, when I went to Stets, I had challenges while I was at Stets. Again, I walked like from Santa Cruz to Gutters. I don't know if most people who in that time probably would have remember who Mondo is. Mondo used to drive bus, and I had to beg him a ride to drop me up in Morningside. I was so happy that I got off before my stop. Just so happy to get the free ride. So I got off the bus before I really get to my stop. But I went to the embassy. When Mr. Olivier came and gave me that I-20, I went to the embassy. I was turned down on my first visit because there weren't enough money on my scholarship. So I had to call the junior college for them to add more money on my I-20 and fax it over to Pegasus Hotel, where I went and picked it up. During that time, as a matter of fact, when I went and see the immigration officer, I asked him if I can come back and see him when I get my new increase sum on my I-20. And he said, "Oh, Mr. Blake, doesn't matter, anyone here can take care of you. It doesn't matter." I said, "No, sir. Can I come back and see you?" And he said, "Well, Mr. Blake, when you come, anyone here can take care of you." And I said, "No, but I want to see you." And he said, "Okay, then, Mr. Blake." So when I left and went to the Pegasus and pick up those fax, and I went back, God would have it that when I went back, I got him. And then when he looked, because on that I-20, the principal wrote on there, not the principal, but the coach wrote on there that if you don't get here by a certain date, which is like a 3-day window, if I don't get there by that time, school would have started and I wouldn't be able to register. And so he wrote that on the I-20. And when he looked at it, he said, what took me so long? And I said, I was kind of shocked that he even asked me that question because he's the one who turned me down the first time. And I said to him, I came here yesterday, you turned me down. So he talked to his boss, and his boss tell him, yes. I could tell that he was shaking his head that he can give me the visa. And when I got the visa, they gave us a blue piece of paper indicating that you must come back at 3:00. At that time, all of this happening, but I don't know where the fear is coming from to travel the next day. So I had to call Mr. Olivier. I called him. I said, "Coach, I got through the visa." And he said, "Okay, don't worry. I'm going to go down in Santa Cruz and I'm going to book your flight." And, he went to Santa Cruz, booked my flight. And then I said, okay, when I went back to get the visa, my passport, I had to find my way downtown. So when I went downtown, I needed to take a bus that is going Highway Mandeville. And the guys, them trick me. They tell me they're going Highway Mandeville, but yet they go through Maypen. And that now put, a longer time for me to get through Maypen. And I started thinking, how am I going to get home to be able to to get to Miss Alvey because Miss Alvey said he's going to come and pick me up and I could stay by him. When I get to Mandeville, I went and checked my brother.